Hi, my name is Sam. When it came to choosing what I was going to do for my 8th grade project, I had a lot of ideas, and I didn't really know what to choose from. One of my original ideas was making a video game, because I personally love video games, and I thought it would be really cool to make a video game that you could play yourself, and actually get it published. Another idea I had was making a thneed from the Lorax. It sounds stupid, but people have actually made it before with a special type of stitch that stretches into pretty much anything. So it would be really interesting to learn how they did that and then make your own. But in the end, I decided on building a Rube Goldberg machine. For those of you who don't know what a Rube Goldberg machine is, it's a machine that's kind of weird in a way that is built up of a whole bunch of different sections that follow one after the other to complete a really stupid task, like turning on a light bulb. So, you could, just turn off the light bulb, or, you could flick dominoes, which then fall in a bucket. The bucket then swings around, which hits a button. The button then fires a catapult, which breaks your light bulb. So that works too, probably not as well, but it would. The reason I chose a Rube Goldberg machine over some of the other ideas was because I just had a lot more inspiration in that field. There's this one band that I really like called OK Go, and they did this music video, like this 4-minute long music video that's an entire Rube Goldberg machine in this huge warehouse. And I actually have the video, and I'll show you. If you behave, Riley. I'm looking at you. And there's also Pee-wee, who some of the older viewers will know from Pee-wee's Funhouse. And he had a breakfast machine, which is a Rube Goldberg machine that made him breakfast. And I thought that was a really interesting idea. This also took me a lot more materials than I thought it was going to. Like, I have a list. This is about a third of them. It took me a bow and arrow, a remote control car, a marble track, 4 packs of dominoes, 4 billiard balls, a pair of skis, a bucket, a pulley, a crossbow, a ninja mask, which I used to make Francis my baby, a boots, 2 wireless motors, a jack-in-the-box, 2 plastic tubes, 2 funnels, 3 plastic cups, a mousetrap machine, the mousetrap board game, which is back there, masking tape, electrical tape, gorilla tape, an electric drill, 2 saws, a couple of 3/4-inch metal marbles, and a lot more. That was loud. So I have a video of a time lapse of me building it. So here's me making Francis. I'm shoving a stick into him because it was fun. The name Francis actually came from my mentor, Klaus Dilling, because I was like, oh, I made this baby thing and I want to put it in the machine. What should I name him? He said Francis. So I was like, okay. And it's also the name of the villain in Deadpool, and I like that movie. So I was like, okay, sure, I'll name him Francis. And I thought that would be kind of funny. So altogether, the machine took roughly 40 to 50 hours to make altogether. It took about 10 hours of planning everything, getting it all right, and gathering the materials. Then another 20 hours building the entire thing, and then another 10 to 15 hours trying to get it to work. It didn't. So, that's kind of a problem. It doesn't really help. This ball machine, this billiard ball machine, took so long to make because you had to get it so precise, because it had to be so balanced so that the billiard balls would stay in place but still move really easily if hit or touched. So, it's really hard to find a balance point like that. Oh, this is kind of where the machine broke, is the Francis... he's down there. The Francis pull. What happens is that you might have noticed that there are a lot of holes in his face. That's because I shot a crossbow at him a lot. Because as part of the machine, you fire the crossbow, which then spins around and it kicks a switch. It kind of kicked the switch off along with part of our fence. So that was a thing that happened. Oh, this part's interesting. This plastic tube is actually Mark II, because originally it was just a bunch of toilet paper tubes that I taped together, and then it kind of rained, So, that's a problem. But I didn't want to waste all the extra tubes that I had, so I used them as railings for this beginning section with a remote control car, which you might notice looks like a crocodile. And that's because I got it for my 10th birthday. I got it in my bag. So, like I was saying, it was really hard to make this machine. Not because the design had a lot of flaws. Like, yes, it obviously had flaws, but not a lot. The main reason was the weather. Because I'd go out and I would build a section and I was like, oh, wow, I did such a great job. Maybe I'll build one over the weekend, and then it rained. And I'll be like, okay, I can still build tomorrow. It might be a little wet, but I can still do it. Rain. It rained for weeks on end, and every single time I went back out there, something was completely destroyed. I had to put plastic garbage bags over all the sections because I didn't want to bother taking it down every single time. It just wasn't fun. So, like I said, in the end, because the weather, it kind of broke, I couldn't get the machine to work. But, with the help of my dad, I was able to make a simulation. Like, my mentor, who was Klaus Dilling, he kind of faded away into Kickstarter. And so my dad very willingly came in and stepped in, and I'm so thankful for him for doing that, because he spent hours and hours and hours helping me build the final few sections and tweaking them to make them work, and then spent an entire day, skipped work and everything, spent an entire day helping me set up dominoes after every single time that the last one didn't work. So, since it didn't work, I kind of made a simulation of what it would have looked like if it did work. I'm Sam, and this is my 8th grade project, Rube Goldberg Machine. Where it failed. So, from this point on, it's just a whole bunch of piecing together. Success, or fake success, there are a lot of fails. Take 1, take 2, take 3, take 4, take 5, take 6, take 7, take 9, take 12, take 13, take 14, take 15, take 16, take 17, take 18, take 19, take 20, take 21, take 23, take 24, take 26, take 29, take 31, take 34, take 37, take 44, take 49, take 54, take 13. My dad with a really small budget, and about $150 might seem like a big budget, but Rube Goldberg machines can have a budget of like $10,000. So, like I was saying earlier, there was a band called OK Go, and they were sponsored by State Farm. I probably didn't even get sponsored by a local haircut place. So they rented out a giant warehouse and made this giant 4-minute long Rube Goldberg machine. That's what the project's called. this project, and that is that success isn't the main point. The fact that you tried, that you worked hard, and that you improved yourself is what matters. And I would like to quickly thank my mom, because I just realized when I got here, I forgot my outline. So she ran back to the house, missed the first half of the performances just to get it to me, and I would like to thank her for that.